chapter of the Red Cross. Volunteers are hoping they won't have to deploy them, but they're loading up shelter supplies, ready for yet another round of rain. The Red Cross is urging Oklahomans to be prepared for flash flooding.
If you see water on the streets, stay away. You know, if you see water flowing very quickly anywhere, just stay away from it.
The Red Cross says you should get away if you come upon any flowing water more than ankle deep. If you're driving and see a flooded road, turn around. Most cars can be swept away in less than 2 feet of water. And it's hard to tell how deep the water you drive through runs, especially at night, or if the road underneath it is still there. You should also know where to go, seeking higher ground if you're in a flood threat.
No matter what the disaster, you should always be prepared for it by having a kit, having a plan, and staying informed.
So that kit should include important documents, food, water, flashlights, your phone charger, and you should be ready to take it with you at any time. Another good tip and advice you can find is on the Red Cross's new emergency app. All of the features of that app, so you can download it at opcfox.com. Reporting live, I'm Jordan Lucero, Fox 25 News.
And the National Weather Service says flooding events in the U.S. cause more deaths than tornadoes every year. The 2 deaths reported in our area from this month's storms were caused by flooding. And now the severe weather outlook for the holiday weekend. Norman has seen a huge amount of rainfall, 19 inches in just the last 30 days.
Welcome guys, Meteorologist Jeff George has been monitoring our severe weather chances. The big question, Jeff, is how long the weekend is going to stay wet. The whole time, almost. I don't know how a better way to answer that. So, the weekend, in a word, will be wet. More than likely, very wet. Now, tomorrow, I do think we get a lot of rain, but no significant severe weather. Saturday, that'll be your highest risk of severe weather over the next 5 days. Now, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, severe weather is possible, but the threat is very low. And I have way more details on that coming up here in just a little bit. Right now, skies are mainly clear, central and east, but out to the west, look at all that rain over here in Texas. So we'll be on top of western Oklahoma tonight at 51 by tomorrow morning. Central Oklahoma is 50s, around 60, going down to 54 tonight. In Oklahoma City, it is uncomfortably cool. Showers mainly out to the west, and we're into central Oklahoma first thing in the morning. So we're going to talk about that rain and flooding for your Friday weekend, a washout. Record rain totals are on the way. We're going to have a lot of numbers coming up here for you in your full forecast in just a little bit.
New at 9 tonight, a 3-car accident near Northwest 10th and Penn sent 3 people to the hospital, including a pedestrian. That pedestrian is in critical condition. Fox 25 has learned one of the drivers will face charges.
Recent flooding is pushing some lakes. The Metro Truth limits are Katy Lake and Edmond is 9 feet above normal. Lake Thunderbird 10 feet above normal. Both lakes have some campgrounds and picnic tables that are underwater. Still, the majority of parks are fine and they are staying over the holiday. But some lake goers say that they're going to be more careful in the water.
You take a chance on hitting something in your hand or foot.
Parts of Lake Eufaula will be closed this Memorial Day weekend along with all and some in southern Oklahoma. A family moving back home to Blanchard had a loss tonight.
They had poured their life savings into a dream house, and now they can't even get into it. Fox 25 Bill Shammer is live in Blanchard. Why, Bill?
Good evening, Wendy and Mike. Right now, Mary Atkins are husband their 4 kids. They call Virginia home, but soon in September they'd like to call that house back their home. Mother Nature seems to have other plans. The issue? You can't get there. Floodwaters from Walnut Creek have washed out the absolute only access point. And this gap, it's only getting wider.
Building a new home is no task, especially if you're doing it from Virginia. The access point is washed away. We talked with Mary Atkins via Skype. A couple weeks ago, she got a phone call.
House is okay, but there's another issue. The bridge is collapsed.
She's moving to Blanchard, into the same neighborhood as her brother Tony. He's watched from the beginning.
It looked like it was a pretty solid structure. Obviously, Mother Nature had other ideas about it.
The problem? Walnut Creek is continuing to widen. Atkins looking on in horror from 1,400 miles away.
Sides were completely overflowing, and this thing, I've never seen anything like it.
After the initial storms, engineers thought they had options, but the rain didn't stop.
It's like 75 feet wide now, where it was like 25 feet.
Over the system's probably not going to hold up. This fan bridge is probably the solution, but we're talking about 100,000+.
A GoFundMe page has been set up. Now a family who's always been on the giving end is left asking for help, for money, ideas, for anything.
Now it's just like, what can we do to get it fixed? Is there anyone out there that can help us get it fixed? However their resources may be, there's got to be something somewhere for someone.
Now, the way Walnut Creek wraps around, this is literally the only way to get to that home. That's not the only issue. Since this is on private property, it's not the responsibility of the city or the county. Again, that price right now, $100,000. That's money this family does not have and did not plan for. We'll have the link to that GoFundMe page on our website, okcfox.com. Reporting live in Blanchard, Bill Shammer, Fox 25 News.
Coming up at 9:30, taking time to quiet your mind and enjoy silence. Western medicine is getting on board with the benefits of mindfulness meditation. People across the metro are seeing decreases in stress, anxiety, and pain because of it. We'll take you to classes in Oklahoma City and show you different ways to calm your mind and appreciate the world around you.
At the Capitol tonight, a $25 million bond bill to finish the Native American Cultural Center and Museum passed the Senate. It now heads to the American desk. Ownership of the museum will be transferred to the city of Oklahoma City. The state has already spent more than $90 million on that museum.
An Oklahoma City mother says her son was beaten at Western Heights High School, and she says an ambulance was never called. Michelle Moda says this is how her son, freshman Tyler Cook, looked when she picked him up. Moda says the school told her the boy lost consciousness and lost 3 teeth, but the school nurse said the injuries were not severe enough to call an ambulance. Instead, they called her. She says what happened to her son is unacceptable.
That kid picked up Tyler and slammed him into the ground, which that's what knocked him unconscious. The child then proceeded to kick and hit him in the mouth while he was down and out.
Moda filed a police report and is pressing charges on the boy who attacked her son. Western Heights Public Schools didn't respond to our direct questions, but they did tell us they know about the incident and they share in Ms. Moda's concerns.
A young boy has died more than a decade after he was abused at the hands of his own parents. Blake Johnson died in a long-term care facility just 3 days ago. His parents, Wendy Ann Johnson and Cord McGalliard, were convicted of child abuse and neglect. Blake was 11 months old when he suffered a massive stroke. He lived until the age of 11. His injuries were so severe, doctors had to cut out a third of his brain.
The parents gave varying stories, but basically tried to pass the injuries off to someone else. There was a family member who had been watching the young child. There was also reportedly a daycare that this child went to.
Now that Blake has died from his injuries, the case is a homicide, and his parents could face additional charges.
Coming up, the 2016 presidential race makes its way to Oklahoma. The message Republican candidates are sending to Metro voters.
With 34 million airbags now recalled, how to know if one is in your car?
How an encounter with homeless people changed the lives and ambitions of these Ada twins.
Always saw smiles on their faces.
And up front at 9:30, finding your own inner peace.
I feel like I've become a better person.
The program combining silence, reflection, and yoga to improve the lives of those stressed out by life's problems.
At 7304 Northwestern.
Just announced special limited time savings during the Memorial Day Eco Boost event.